Thanks for clicking on. Now like and subscribe.
感谢您的观看，请点赞并订阅。
For a girl accustomed to quiet weekends spent entirely alone, this weekend had been quite a departure. She had not had a roommate since her second year at university. To turn that page with a girl like Lian was, well, challenging. Chuhua was well aware of Iyan's loquaciousness, but in the tiny flat, there was no place to hide. Lian limited her talking points to sex, politics, sex, spy techniques, sex, and
I have to pee.
Oh. Wow.
Chuhua supposed Lian held some sort of record on how many times a day a person went to the bathroom. Perhaps the highlight of the weekend was sharing her single-sized trundle with a woman who was 1.9 meters tall.
We are never ever going home.
Despite the inconvenience, it had been fun. She liked having Lian around. She had no idea how long she would stay, or why she was there. She certainly was not buying the exploding toilet thing. It might indeed be setting in a different room, but how it got there, and why, were the questions. Having Lian as an impromptu roommate had given Chuhua an opportunity to study her more closely. She had known Lian for 8 years, and had loved her dearly for almost 2. And she knew absolutely nothing about her. That had been a mistake. She had been so tied up in her own emotions and feelings, that she had failed to delve into the life of this beautiful woman who, by both of their proclamations, were now sisters. An idea was now festering in Chuhua's head. Lian's constant hounding about the spy techniques and the evils of MSS were not just babble, but were subtle warnings to her. It was a watch your ass sister, I know something you don't sort of warning.
I know you get tired of hearing me talk on. You think I am 疑迫. But sister, you need to listen to me.
Lian did not need to concern herself. Chuhua now was anxious to soak up every word.
You need to be very careful how you put things. Select your words carefully. You are a smart enough girl that you can make them think you are stupid. That is all I have to say.
Chuhua took Lian's message as cryptic for, keep your mouth shut, and watch your ass girl. The weekend had helped clear Chuhua's head. She was now focused and ready to find Jay Fine. Whatever this Nortec thing was all about, it was big. She would have been smart to just back away, but she had already seen. And you cannot unsee what you have seen. She was on that road. No matter where it led, she was going. Before going across the street to work, Chuhua checked the progress of Nortec stock.
Oh. What? Close Friday in London at €71. Open in Asian markets at 73. Still no announcements. Who knows? And what do they know? And how did they find out?
She went over some of the possible search parameters she might use. What sort of man has a clandestine rendezvous to discuss sensitive, secret things with a Euro high-tech manufacturer?
An engineer, physicist, chemist. Nortec has too many rocket parts on the shelf. Aerospace engineer, for sure. What about a financier? Maybe it wasn't about acquiring technology. Maybe it's about having technology and acquiring money.
Chuhua was sorting all this out as she used her palm to open the security door into the main foyer. She was totally engaged and not fully aware when she walked through the security doors. But then, at the final security check prior to the rotunda,
把你的凭证给我。Present your credentials and give them to me.
I have already shown them to you. What is the matter with you? I have a level 2 clearance. You cannot continue to bother me like this.
现在就把你的名片交给我吧。Seems you like to pretend you are an English speaker. I need to see your ministry identification. There is no choice. Your identification badge. Now.
Chuhua's irritation quickly turned to concern. This was too strange. Since when does it take 5 security people to check a level 4's ID? Definitely strange. Strange, when it came to MSS usually was not good. Not good at all.
I need to touch your cell phone also.
No. Love. Love. What are you doing? Your entire life is on that phone.
Why are you going with us? You will not ask questions, you will not make a scene, and you will not speak. This is a matter of the people's security. You will conform. 你完全明白了吗？没有声音。
Yes.
Good, we have understanding.
我们有它，准备好了吗？让我们结束它。
We are moving. You will conduct yourself in a dignified manner.
Where are you taking me? And under whose authority?
My authority comes from high enough. You are going.
Chuhua was shaken. Despite Lian's warning, she was not prepared. There was no clue as to what, where, or why. She was numb with fear and confusion. They were leading her through some sort of maintenance corridor. With each step, she felt faint, like she could collapse. Nothing in her life had ever been this frightening. The maintenance corridor was close to 100 meters long. Plenty of time to worry. Chuhua's survival instinct told her she needed to calm down. Use her MSS training, and Lian's incessant haranguing on what to do if this situation were to occur. At the end of the corridor there was a door. As they approached, a guard opened it. She could see it was a garage of some sort. She could make out a black SUV waiting. They were taking her somewhere else. Maybe a place where no one could find her. But why? What did they want? Just doing her insignificant job, Chuhua had stumbled. Yes, stumbled, onto something. Something all-encompassing. Lian had always told her, when people are removed to a different location for interview, it means enhanced techniques will likely be used. Chuhua assumed she had stepped on someone's foot with this J-Fine affair. She knew for sure she would be foolish not to expect the worst. She must settle down, concentrate on her MSS training and tutelage from Lian to get through the ordeal.
Do as they ask. Do not irritate them. You will get no answers, so do not bother asking questions. Details, details. Pay attention. We just turned. Where am I? I do not recognize this area. Remember something. Anything. Details.
我数了一下，有6个暴徒，6个。
Now,
我对他有一
what
点
is
了解，
this?
我冷淡地告诉他不想去。
Perhaps you can't
这是
abduct
怎么发
someone
生的？
forcibly in the
你可以
midst
不
of
通过适当
2,000
的渠
people
道
going
就
to
绑架一
work
个走
and
进
not
来
be
的人。
seen.
这些人是谁？我不明白，我不明白。我们谁都不安全，我们谁都不是。
感谢您的警惕，我会仔细研究这个问题。We have a problem.
Yeah. Well, I solved it last night.
That was last night's problem. This is this morning's problem.
I took care of the situation last night. What do you want now?
A very fast car and a skilled driver. And, of course, you.
And if I should refuse, what will you do? Shoot me?
I do not have a gun. I would rip off all of your fingernails, break both arms, and expose you as a traitor to the party and the people. As you know, I have some experience in these sorts of things. So what would you prefer to do?
As much as Leanne loved showing off her assets, this morning she needed to be as discreet as possible. Leanne sat there waiting, with 1.2 million yuan and 40,000 euros in her brown knapsack. She was hoping the plan would unfold as designed. Hoping was the key word here. She did not dare use her cell phone, they knew about her, and they would be monitoring her device. The instant she turned it on, they would know precisely where she was at. They would never think that she would seek refuge with an MSS Level 2 agent. She could wait here safely, hoping Gan would come for her. And he would come before their enemies found her. How close was it going to be? Very close. Very close indeed. By Chuhua's estimate, she had been driven around in the van for about 30 minutes when the driver turned into an area of dilapidated warehouses. Along the way, the driver had executed several rapid turns and switchbacks. Chuhua assumed this was either to confuse her so she wouldn't be able to find the spot again, or to ensure they were not being followed. Either way, it signaled to her, this was not an official MSS interview. These people were freelancing. They may or may not be MSS agents, but they were acting on their own. Chuhua had used the 30 minutes to prepare herself. The problem was, she really knew very little, and someone surely thought she knew more. In both her late-night talks with Leanne and her MSS training, she knew something about handling enhanced interrogation. Political speak for torture. Seeing the reality of the situation, all that brainwork had denigrated. She was frightened so badly she thought maybe her heart would burst. As Chuhua struggled down the stairs, she lost it. She was hysterical with fear. But she absolutely must remain quiet, stoic. Her tears must be shed in silence.
"这位年轻女子在这里，我们要带她去罗马。她是个活泼的小婊子，她会很容易。"
I would not count on that. She has training. It will be a difficult day.
Oh, what a day! Like and subscribe, and exercise your literary talent. Comment. You know, the YouTube thing.